All right, you know what time it is. We are here. We are live with Midnight Underground. What's up, guys? How we doing tonight? How's it going? It's Saturday night. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're here. We're back in the underground. Look at us. All right, we're locked in. How you guys doing tonight? Of course, it's your host here, Derek. Back for another After Hours with Midnight Underground. It's been a long week. It's a late night. So if you're staying up with me, I hope you got a drink on hand. We're going to be making a drink tonight, Jack Rose. That's coming up soon. Of course, I always recommend having a good glass of water on hand. It's Derek. What's up, Cass? Cass, how we doing tonight? Starla, how you doing? Bimbo's awake. How we doing, Bimbo? We also have Mountain Dew in the chat. What's up, guys? What's up? Let's fucking go. That's exactly right. I'm doing great. Dude, I drove. We went down to New York City yesterday. My mother-in-law watched the kids. It's actually the first time I had been away from my kids, my children. My wife had actually taken a time away from my kids before I did. This was the first time I was away from my baby, my baby daughter. We saw Ragtime in the city down in Lincoln Center. Fantastic, absolutely. What a show. What a fucking show. If you haven't seen Ragtime, which I hadn't, I had looked up the synopsis online before I went, and I was like, okay, synopsis seems great. You got it. All right. I don't say this normally. I actually, with theater, when it comes to theater, I never tell people, like, they have to watch anything. Like, frankly, I don't give a shit. You know, there's a lot of theater out there. There's a lot of musicals. There's a lot of plays. I, for one, do not have the time. There isn't enough time in the world to go through just what's out there. It's just, we all know that. But, I will say, Ragtime, I would put as a must-have to watch. If you're, I will say it's extremely relevant. It just starts at the beginning of history with Americans, or America. And it's like has some historical bits, some of it's fictional, but it's making a very, very good point throughout the whole piece. And man, yeah, it was a show where a lot of people cried. I didn't cry. I was just kind of like, my jaw was on the floor. So anyway, I'm sorry to hear your tummy hurts, Starla, but we are out here. Yeah, the show is awesome. I got a Benjamin to help me sleep because I haven't been lately, and I hit that. Oh, that's good, Bimbo. That's good. Yeah, jaw dropped, dude. My jaw, like, I couldn't actually. I was like, just like, wow, this show is powerful. It was extremely relevant today, more than, especially if you look at our American politics right now. Ragtime is like, I think everyone should watch Ragtime, and we'd probably have a lot less issues. Maybe the power of the arts. That's what I'm gonna say. So anyway, guys, yeah. So we're here tonight. I hope the music isn't too loud. I turned it down to 10. Oh, I think it's just because hold on, my volume's maxed out here. I'm like, wow, this is loud. Oh, it's still really loud. Okay. Let me just turn this down more, I guess. All right, that's better. I can hear it now. It was a lot for me. Like, that was still extremely loud. Yo, what's up, Red Fire Pandas? Oh, thank you, Starla. Thank you. All right, Starla, if you don't have audio, Starla, watch this. I hope your tummy is good. That's my little sign language for you tonight. I hope at least Starla's chilling with the boys, which that's a good night. No shade there. That's a great night, in fact. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Cass. Translation. I hope your tummy is good. Cass, thank you very much. The translation was necessary, and you succeeded in giving it. So, A+, check for Cass tonight. Check A+ check for everyone. We're all here. So, guys, yeah, I'm excited. So I went to the liquor store. Some might call it a package store. But I went there tonight. Don't tell. No, I was gonna say don't tell my wife. She was asleep, and it's okay. She won't mind. It's all good. She doesn't have anything against me drinking. She just didn't know I went there, but it's right next door. So, anyway, and we got a brand new drink tonight, apple brandy. So Jack Rose is like a 1920s drink. That's what I was reading, and it's just apple liqueur, apple jack, apple brandy. One of those options will suffice. And then it is lemon juice and grenadine. And I bought grenadine. So I was actually pretty happy about that. That's the first time I've ever bought grenadine. So now we can make Shirley Temples for our kid. And that, you're going to see, that is going to put me in some trouble because my son is a fiend for sugar. So, anyway, I guess, hold on. There was some other things. Oh, yeah, you started packing for your move this summer. That's good. Oh, Starla, good. All right, Starla, I'm glad we're locked in. Even if I'm muted, that's okay. That's okay. We're cooking here. All right, so yeah, let's get started with this. So I'm going to introduce this. This is the drink I got tonight, guys. Let's talk about it. I think it's Perry. I don't know French at all. Maybe one of you do. Magloire. Oh, God. Magloire. Maybe that's it. Magloire. VSOP. Calvados. Pays. See, I don't know French. I can't even read French. I'm butchering this. It sounds great. It sounds lovely. And the reason why it sounds lovely, like, I asked the guy for help. And he was like looking, and he was like, "Oh, it's a good liquor store." And he comes back. He was like, "I can't." Like, he looked up a couple things. He was like, "Oh, we're out of stock." And then he like pulls this from like behind his counter. And he was like, "You know what? This is actually a really special drink here." It was pretty cheap. It was like $30 for this. I'll have this forever. That's the way I look at it until I drink it, which I'm not going to be drinking apple very often. But what I liked about it was since 1821, Pierre Magliore has been keeping alive the tradition of Calvados, one of the oldest of all French brandies and protected by AOC. And it's some kind of French thing there. Its intense apple aromatic notes have brought it worldwide renown. So it's pretty cool. Bottled, matured, distilled, and bottled in France. That's when you know it's legit. So we're gonna crack this open. It's got a nice little seal there too, with the little guy's face on it. There's no way for me to get it in good light here. You can just imagine. There it is. I dig it. I dig it. That's pretty dope actually. So we're gonna open this puppy up. And also the substitute here, as you guys saw in the Discord, if you want, the substitute would have been apple juice, I guess. I have apple juice upstairs. Not a lot, though, because my son, again, is a fiend for apple juice. So I can't touch the apple juice in our house. I don't think you guys, understand, the pressure I'm under. I touch that apple juice, and I am going to be dealing with a kid that is holding me at metaphorical gunpoint of my sanity. Like, he has my sanity. He's holding it off of a cliff, and there's just rocks below, and he can let it go at any second. No, it's not that serious, but he will have a temper tantrum. He's 3, so I will actually be killed. It's tough. It's a tough life I live. It's a big burden I have to bear. Thankfully, my son has a great affinity towards me. He really loves me. He loves his mother too. But it just so happened that when I don't know, I'm his buddy, which is he's such a. I'm hoping one day I'll be able to have him on this stream. Maybe in 2 years when he's able to stay up this late. We've actually tried having him stay up this late. He can't. The latest he's stayed up, I mean, he's done it accidentally. There have been times where like he's taken a 2 hour nap in the middle of the day, and then he's up till like, maybe 10:20. Like that's the latest I think he's ever been up. But we've tried having him up for New Year's, and I felt so bad. The kid just kept whining. He was just like, I'm just trying to. He was like, I'm just trying to get cozy, is what he kept telling us, and he's just like thrashing around on the couch, like with a pillow, just trying to get cozy. And then immediately, I think he was sitting up, and he just clunked out like that. And we are like, oh, he's cooked. I used to be an apple juice fiend until I took one out of the pantry, took it to school, took a big sip and gagged because it was fermented, tasted like vinegar and silica. I'm sorry to laugh. Red, that so that's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. What I was gonna say, what you just made me think of. I don't think I've told you guys this story at all. When it was my wedding, my wife's grandparents went through their whole liquor cabinet, like right before our wedding. And they gave us a bottle, like maybe it was like a 70, 60-year-old bottle of champagne. They bought it. It was a bottle that looked really cool. I think they might have bought it in Italy. I'm not sure. It was like an Italian, like it was definitely imported from Italy. It was a nice bottle. Looked really vintage. They gave it to us as a nice gift. Never been opened. We were like, oh, that's so sweet. So we go open it up on the wedding day. We got married. Like our ceremony happened. We go to our table, our reception table, and I open it up. And I smell it. And I'm like, whoa, this is strong. Like, I was like, this champagne smells very different from what I'm used to. It smelled like vinegar, like just straight up vinegar. And I took a swig, and I'm like, oh, God damn. Like, that is not what I was expecting. The Italians do things differently. And so I call my brother over. And I'm like, hey, bro, can you test this? I was like, this doesn't seem right to me. Like, can you just take a swig? I didn't know it at this time. My brother we had an open bar, and we had a happy hour, like, after the reception. So there was an hour of straight drinking before we got there. So, like, my brother, I didn't think he really had much to drink. I thought he was on drink number 3, like, tops. Turns out he was already, like, 6 drinks deep at this point. He takes the bottle of champagne and just does a big chug and just coughs. And he's just like, this tastes good. And he hands it back to me and walks away. And I was like, I didn't believe him. I was like, that shouldn't have happened. And I go, hey, Dad, can you smell this? And my dad takes one whiff. He's like, oh, buddy, it's kicked. It's kicked. This isn't good. Don't drink this. And I was like, all right. That's what I needed to hear. I just needed one person that I trusted to be like, yeah, don't do this. And my dad was the guy. My brother, yeah, he needed that drink. His wife actually cut him off. She approached a couple people and was like, he is done. He is done. Frankly, I didn't see him after that point. Like I don't even know where he was the rest of the wedding. Oh yeah, no, so I know exactly what you're talking about. If it does ferment, yeah, it turns into vinegar. I think that is like such a strange thing with alcohol, because similarly, you can make a liqueur out of any like fruit. If you take a fruit, like any fruit you're thinking of, put it in a mason jar. I think somebody can correct me here. It's like 2 ingredients. I think you need just sugar sugar and something else, and then you just let it ferment in the bottle. Like, I'm pretty sure that's how you make liqueur, or how you can make your own liqueur. So, like, that way fermenting it is, like, how you do it. But, yeah, no, it's going to be, the vinegar apple, like, cider is going to be far worse. I think anything that's spoiled is just, like, I don't know. Like, thankfully, we developed the taste buds for it. But, like, I think of the times I've had, like, sour. Oh, God. I don't know why I'm thinking of all that. You guys are Red's making me think of this specifically. Like, sour orange juice. That's awful. Awful to have. Sour milk. Oh. Rough. Yeah. and he used the first two batches as a hand sander. Ooh, so he was making like that good. I know a guy who makes moonshine. He again at my wedding, he gifted me a bottle of moonshine, and that stuff is it's like gasoline, but boy, does that'll get you. That'll get you. So I've talked enough. Let's go into this. To be honest, I'm not gonna. I don't know. So one thing I will say, the guy that I bought this from was like, he put his hand out. He said, "Stop. I need you to know that when you go to drink this, you got to just do it first by itself." He's like, "Give it a sip, just savor it, know what you're in for." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So in honor to my favorite liquor store, we're gonna just try this. Let's take a sniff. Oh wow, that smells really nice. Okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna try. We're gonna try this. Let's do a little pour here. All right. Some French apple brandy. Let's taste it. Okay, so it's weirdly smooth. It's weirdly smooth. Like when you first take it in, it's almost got like the way it feels. It's almost like a cream feeling, but it's obviously not like the sweetness of it. There's hardly any sweetness. I mean, there is. It's a brandy, so it's mostly sweet. But I'm saying that when it's got a bite right off the bat, like you would expect out of like a Scotch. I know what Scotches taste like now. Well, like a Scotch or a whiskey, it's got a bite that follows you through. But the apple notes are very subtle, but they're good. Like that is a very nice balance. I was kind of worried about tonight because I've read a lot of reviews before tonight. I didn't find this apple thing. The apple one I was looking for was supposed to be very appley. Um, this is not. The crazy thing about this, as I'm breathing, I'm tasting the apple. Like, you know what? How we're talking about moonshine, this kind of reminds me of a moonshine. Like in all honesty, this really reminds me of moonshine as far as like how much it bites. Um, it's not causing me to like shiver or anything, but that's a good flavor. Wow. And what is this? Hold on, before I like kill myself. 40%. Okay, so it's 80 proof. That's not bad. All right, guys. So now what we're gonna do here is I don't even know. Oh, let me look at my own Discord and I'll see what the thing is. Let's go to the speakeasy. Oh, dude, is anyone making a drink tonight? I'm curious. And you don't feel guilty. Nobody has to make a drink with me, but I'm just genuinely curious. Yeah, moonshine is very strong, Cass. You got that right. I will say, if you've had stuff to drink on a specific night and someone hands you a full bottle of moonshine and it is pure moonshine and it is extremely clear, it doesn't have a bite to it. Um, I did that once with my friend back home who makes it. And that stuff is, I'm pretty sure this was a long time ago, but that was the night. You may join in the illusion. I like that. I like that terminology there. Okay, so it says 2 ounces of apple brandy. So I'm gonna. I mean, I don't know if anyone wants. I don't know how the piano bar is going, but you've had a lot of different types of moonshine casts. I love that. I've had I've had mostly straight. I've had apple. I think I've only had apple moonshine. Um, it's good. What kind of moonshines have you had? Curious. I think I've had peach. No, I've definitely had peach moonshine too. I've had apple peach. I think that's... Yeah, that's it. That's definitely all I've had. I'll leave this tag on. So let's see here. Let's make this drink. So it says... Yeah, this isn't even a drink you shake, guys. So don't worry about shaking it. Just 2 ounces. Let's do it. This is the 1 ounce. So here we go. Oh, here. I should probably show what I'm doing. Just because that's part of this whole bit here. All right, let's zoom in. All right, we're going to look down here. There it is. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to take our 2 ounces. We're going to pour that in here. Oh, little spillage. That's okay. Now it says to do 3/4 ounces lemon juice and grenadine. That's a little tricky. This is a 1/2 ounce. So I guess what we'll do here is just pour this out. Oh God, spilling everywhere. Oh my God, dude. I hate when I dip the lemon juice down. It always squirts quite a bit. All right, honestly, with the grenadine, I guess I'm just gonna do the. I mean, it's 3/4, but I'll see. I've never done grenadine before, so this is like a brand new. Opening this up too. Nice. Oop, sorry for hitting the mic, guys. That was probably loud. Blackberry, peach, orange moonshine, pecan, orange cream, probably some more. Wow, that is a pretty good amount actually. Do you know somebody, Cass, or do you just like moonshine? Alright, I guess I'll stir this because it looks kind of weird now. I wonder. Oh, wait a minute. No, this is what it looked like on the TV. So I don't have the right glass, but you see that it's separating. Hold on. Let me bring the camera back up here so you can see it. Oh. All right. So if you look, it's separating the lemon from the grenadine. That's what I saw online. So I guess we did it. We did it, guys. I didn't bring down a garnish. I did actually have cherries upstairs, but I don't have that. And you know what? Probably over the summer I'll get actual glasses for some of these drinks because I pretty much just keep using my whiskey glasses because that's what I have. But in time, guys, we're gonna actually get like real cocktail glasses at some point. Bunk, what's up, Bunk? How you doing? Tonight we're drinking a Jack Rose. I just made it. It is lemon juice, grenadine, and apple brandy. So, let's get it. I'm gonna mix it up just so I get all the flavors in one go here. I don't know if I'm supposed to even mix it. Now it just looks like a red drink. Ah, delicious. All right. Bottoms up, guys. Cheers. Oh, that's good, dude. It's got tons of sweetness. You get the apple. The lemon adds to the crisp. Really cuts any of the bite from the liqueur, from the brandy, I mean. Great drink. This feels like a nice winter drink. Like I was kind of looking for something wintry. Like I felt like apples. I know apples aren't really wintry. They're more like fall, but I was kind of feeling like, I don't know, in my head, apple lemon. That sounded nice. Moonshine from Tennessee. Let's go, Cass. Cheers, guys. So that's our drink for tonight. Jack Rose. Outside of that, I'm just going to be sipping on some water. So, and I'm going to pour in a... Oh, I just spilled I just spilled a good amount. I dropped in a big old ice cube. I don't. Oh, I do have. I have little tissues here. Clean this up on the glass. Can't be making big messes, guys. Come on. Right? I mean, I guess I could. I don't know. All right. Word. So that was fun. Just gotta clean this gently, and I'm also, just because it makes me nervous with how nice this bottle is and how shaky this table is, we're just gonna cap this, and we're gonna put this beauty right back here where she's nice and safe. Awesome. So that's that. What are you guys drinking tonight? I'm curious what we're all drinking in the Midnight Speakeasy. I like that name, dude. If I love speakeasies, first of all. I think speakeasies, are such a fun idea. Of course, they were born out of, basically the prohibition from oppression, people not being able to drink, which it's funny how people were like, nah, fuck that. We're going to drink anyway. We're going to just do it in secret. Oh, what's up, FedEx? Hey, FedEx. Oh, dude, what is going on? Shout out on the pod. Oh, yeah, dude. No. Tucker is just a G all the time. Dew is drinking some Dr. Pepper. I love to hear it. Diet water over here. Let's go, Punk. A strawberry I love that for you, Red. That is so fun. Dude, a strawberry edible, too. That is a nice thing. That is nice. I was like, hey, I know that guy. Yes, you do. Fed, how are you doing tonight? Yeah, dude. Tucker is so kind. He reached, you saw in the Discord. He was like, hey, can somebody give me Derek's logo for Midnight Underground? That logo, by the way, if any of you are ever wondering what my logo is, believe it or not, it's actually just a drawing that my son did, that he drew literally like a dog face when he was he had just turned, he was like 2.5 actually, and so we took that picture of it and we loved it, and then my wife turned it into a picture, she just added the colors to it, but other than that, that was like my son drew that. So yeah, dude, Ted and Tucker, they're very kind for doing a shout out for me. I will say too, people, I got a couple follows randomly. I'm past 120. If you see the number right now, it's 122. I got 3 followers just out of nowhere when I was not even streaming, so I'm certain it was from that. Blazing through the evening tonight. That is fucking awesome. I hope everyone's getting blazed. I blazed last night. Honestly, I had a lot of drinks yesterday. I did break my limit, but it's because I went to the city and I didn't have kids. That was my thought. I was like, this is the only time I've had in the last over 10 months, because when my wife was pregnant, I didn't leave her once. So I would be willing to bet it was maybe over 2 years that I had fully been away from my children and not had to worry about anything. So last night I was I treated myself. I got gin and tonics. I had a great time. So here we are drinking this. I do like the color of this. I liked the color, especially when the grenadine was separated from the lemon. I thought that was really nice. Let's bring back the Jack Rose. That's fucking good. That is really good. That is delicious. So I hope everyone's just chilling right now. It sounds like we're all just chilling. The next thing I was going to show you guys was I did a video game haul. Meaning I bought somebody's game lot online. So did I abstain from drinking while my wife was pregnant? You thought you would. if my wife wanted you to, but you don't think either of us clamored to drink that much. Yeah, no, I didn't abstain. Um, I I will say, yeah, I didn't abstain at all. My wife is extremely adamant about that. She didn't have a touch of wine. Actually, past a certain point, women I know can have one glass of wine like per week, I think. I don't know how many months in, but I think she was like, 5 or 6 months in. So she would have like a glass of wine. Yeah, I know some people will stop for their partner, their wife or whoever. I mean, she didn't really mind it that much. Actually, the funniest thing was when I would like crack open a bottle of whiskey, she'd be like, "Can I smell it?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." So I'd bring over the bottle to her, and she'd smell it. She'd be like, "Ah," like one of the, like you're cracking a Coca Cola. She loves my wife. I really got her into whiskey and bourbon. Before we met, she'd never had any whiskey or bourbon. I think she mostly had vodka. And that's like her favorite drink now is vanilla bourbon. Um, so I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. I was also like, it's funny. My wife, I was there for the first time she learned how to use a can opener, which to me, I was like, how do you're like 22 years old, 23 actually. We started doing when she was 23. It was like, how have you never used a can opener? And like I taught her how to use a can opener. Funny things like that when you're with somebody for that long. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you do that, if you like abstain from drinking or something like that, respect. Respect. Especially if the person can't like it's harder on them. Like, yeah, that makes tons of sense. She was okay. She doesn't do anything when she's pregnant, which is good. I unfortunately know somebody who did do everything while they were pregnant, and now their baby has tons of issues. If you're gonna get pregnant, guys, just don't drink, smoke, and do drugs. I don't know if you can help it. That's my advice. And I'm a guy, and I typically never talk about women and their pregnancies because I have no place in that discussion, honestly. But I don't know, dude. I think we can all agree objectively that is not a great thing. I understand if addiction plays a role, but in this case, to our understanding, it didn't. It was just apathy, not caring. So that's my, and honestly, dude, yeah, Fed, it is, and everyone else, it is so sad for this child. It's sad now because now this child is getting to be a bit older. Like they're over a year old now, and now everyone is kind of like, hey, like have you taken your child to the doctor recently? And she says no, and like it's not gonna. My bet, and I've been telling everyone this is I was like, I'm really praying and hoping for them, but I was like the way this is going forward is looking like negligence, but that's my 2 cents on it. Man, don't fuck with kids. Don't fuck with babies. That's my thought there. If you're gonna, I don't like. I think when we get into the topic of abortion, I think the hardest thing for people to understand is it's a gray area. Like there is right and wrong. Morals are all honestly at the end of the day, like weirdly enough, they're all subjective. Like our stances on things are subjective relative to our experience in life. I do think we can come to terms and come to agreements on some large issues or some large topics. But I think an area like of all the hot topics that we encounter, either in media or within friends and family, the hardest thing about having conversations around those areas is people fail a lot of times to understand that there's a lot of gray areas with a lot of subjects. A lot of times there isn't a right and wrong. There could be a right in this situation and a wrong in that situation, but I don't know. I'm not gonna go too deep on that, but it's like I think with something like that, if you are adamant about getting, about both the man, like if I was pressuring my wife and her partner did, he like really wanted her to have a kid, and I don't think she did. I think this was a situation where the husband really pressured the wife into having a kid, and so she did, and she clearly wants absolutely nothing to do with the kid. Um, and it's just one of those things like, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's tough. To me, that's really tough. I don't know what the right answer is about that, like how you move forward from that. I've seen that with other, like you see it a lot when you live on a farm. Like parents constantly reject their kids. Like, and it's you as humans, like you. It depends on what kind of farmer you are. I know certain farmers I've known that, like, that's it. If the kid's being rejected, then that's nature, and that's that is what it is. My parents were very much the opposite of like, no, we're gonna make sure this baby lives, and we're gonna nurse this baby and make sure it has a shot and it has a life because it's perfectly healthy. Sometimes mothers, and especially like we raised goats, mothers they'll flip a switch and they'll go, I don't want this kid, and they mean it. They're not nursing that kid, and so you just take care of the kid. And every time that happened, we did get those babies to full adulthood. And it was a cool thing. It was a cool thing to witness. But like I know humans aren't goats. Thermodynamically, we're actually pretty similar. But for the most part, um, you know, I don't know. I just view it in that sense. Like it happens. Um, I mean, yeah. I could talk about this all day. I could talk about like the after effects here, social services, orphanages, things like that. Because I've done. I mean, I've read a lot of books. I actually had a brother, a sister, in foster care. We had some foster children that I lived with that my parents took care of when I was a kid. I had friends that I don't know. It's just one of those things. I got a lot of opinions on it. But for the most part, all that shit needs to be revisited, especially in today's modern age. We are so wildly outdated with how we go about taking care of kids in certain instances. Yeah, no, the no, and hold on, let me finish reading before I fully respond. Yeah, see, that's so Fed. I'm the same way. Like, or I mean, I'm sure I'm a little. Honestly, I feel like as I read that, let me read that again. For a couple of weeks. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Let me know. Yeah, their input is the at the end of the day, I think the woman's input is the final input that should be had. No, I know, and I doubt. Like again, I'm a man. Like I know I'm a man. Speaking about pregnancy, like, and I'm sure there, women here, anyone here might be like, "Shut the fuck up." We're talking about like, shut the fuck up on abortions, Derek. Like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about, and you're right. I not pregnant. I can never get pregnant. I acknowledge that. And you can have whatever view you want. All right. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you have to. I will never try to indoctrinate anyone into the way that I think. I'm not an imperialist in ideology. I am fully backing the horse of free thought, and you should question everything and think exactly how you want to think. I think that is exactly what humans are made to do because we make each other stronger, we make each other better the more critically we think and we look at these topics. I think this position, I will say, I do think my stance is better than a man saying, no, like if you know, all women should. I don't know. There's some guys out there that I do not agree with at all. I think there's some very um, outdated views, very authoritarian views on how people should procreate, and yeah, that's it. I mean to say it, but pineapple on pizza is appropriate. Only on Hawaiian slices, though. Well, oh, dude, I would disagree. I've had Hawaiian pepper. So Hawaiians, nope, no ham. If you do Hawaiian, it's almost like I don't know what you'd call this, but it's kind of like if you had like a Chinese pizza, but like peppers, pineapple, and that like Hawaiian sauce on a pizza, that can be pretty good. Pineapple is nasty no matter what's it on. Yeah, let's move topics. Anyway, thank you guys for humoring me. I'll chill out with that subject. But I don't know. I just love people. I love people that exist right now, and we gotta protect all women. That's all I'm gonna fucking say on that subject. I don't know what it's called. Actually, I think we somebody I knew used to order it. Oh, they would do chicken. They would. All right, now it might perturb somebody, but it would be chicken Hawaiian and green peppers with this like Hawaiian sauce, and I think the shop itself, it had to have been a special because no shop, if you say like it was a sweet and sour sauce, so that's what it was on top of a pizza. I will say it did bring it together. The sauce was the must because like it created like that certain spice to it that just kind of wrapped it all up. Without the sauce, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much. Pizza. Speaking of pizza, I just ate a pizza. Well, not a pizza. I had a pizza slice tonight for dinner, guys. I kind of got I don't know. I kind of got shafted because it is snowing a lot. Well, it didn't snow a lot. It snowed enough in our area today where I guess nobody was expecting it. Like it wasn't predicted at all in the forecast. Today it was saying it was sunny all day. Snowed all day. Okay. It snowed about like an inch. And our street still isn't plowed. So we live on this like pretty sharp incline of a hill. And every time I've seen a car go by, I look and I see that their tires are locked and they are just sliding down the hill. And I'm like, I am shocked there are not more accidents at the end of our street. Like, I am very shocked about that because the other street that runs perpendicular, that beats it, cars go flying down that street. Now, granted, that whole street is snowed over too, but oh yeah, let's see the game hall. Why not? So I'll bring that over, guys, and we'll start going through it. And I do have some sad news about the game hall, which I'll share in a sec. Let me just pull this box over. Oh, I got a few more games here, actually. All right, so we got a game hall. So I would show you the box, which is kind of heavy. It's about like, no, it's more like this. It's about this long. It's about this high, and it's filled with video games, all PS2 and PS1. So I think I spent $120, which was a steal in my opinion. So let's start looking. Some of these aren't in great shape. Okay, so like this, I'll probably. Oh wow, yeah, this just fell apart. All right, so this is trash. This one exact disc here. And my theory on this was they were doing a yard sale, or they were like trying to sell everything in a garage sale, and they didn't sell anything, and so they just gave up. Because like this Rescue Copter for PS1, they listed it for $6. Now this case is absolutely trashed. I definitely need to put this in a new case. Look, I will say though, I don't know if you can see this back end. Like, look at these graphics. Not too bad for the PS1. So it's, yeah, rescue, firefighting, border patrol, and transport. All right, rescue copter for the PS1. I'll put everything I guess I'll put everything behind me. All right, next games. We got Madden 2003 for the PS1. Let's see. Oh, yeah, looks good. Looks good. I got the PS2. I got the PS2, the 360, and I got N64, the Switch, the PS5, and the PS4. I think my next system, honestly, guys, has got to be... It's got to be the GameCube. I've been looking. I think GameCube is my next target. GameCube, though, I'm putting a pin in it. I'm looking at GameCube for, like, next fall. Like, at the earliest. Like, I'm not rushing the GameCube at all. I am hoping that the prices don't continue to go up. That is my hope right now with the GameCube. Yeah, the summer and fall here. At this point, I am so excited for the spring. Oh yeah, dude. Sponsor away. GameCube for the win. That's the thing. I'm obsessed with getting the GameCube. All right. Next, we got, look at this. Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation for PS1. Bunk spitting facts right there. That is, oh, look at this. This disc looks nice, though. So, look at that. All right, Fighting Force 2. The disc looks good. So, like, some of these games came in pretty solid condition. Look at this one. This game looks fantastic. Virtual Pool. PS1. Okay. I hope I'll let me, yeah. Red. Dead. All right, Red. What system is Full Throttle for? Is that just a Steam game? I gotta look it up. All right. The other thing too, guys. So I bought it. Came with a PS2, which was kind of the deciding factor. Came with the PS2 Slim. Problem though, is I open it up. Now, this is a little like, it feels a little. That's not smooth doing it. It's like there's something in there. And when I went to turn it on, it turns on, it's running great, but it's not reading any discs. So I am going to have to clean it. When I was looking in it, the disc is spinning. But there was like a bunch of like white dust, like grainy dust. So I don't know what they had with this. Like I looked around on it and it actually looks really good. So I don't know what happened. Kind of the issue I had, though, was the way this guy packed it. This person just put everything in the box. All he wrapped was the PS2 here, and he just wrapped it in one layer of bubble wrap. And then called it a day. So I was actually pretty pissed about the wrapping job. But it was eBay. You know, what are you going to do? It's okay. So that's the PS2. It was an MS-DOS game, but the only version that's actually playable was remastered version of Steam. Okay. Let me look. Hold on. Let me look. I mean... Oh, I see it. Full Throttle Remastered. My only question to... Oh, sorry. That was loud. My only question to you, Red, is do you want this as a full playthrough? If this is your favorite game, Red... Oh, it looks pretty cool. I'm watching the video for it now. If this is your favorite and this is like your highly recommended choice here... It looks really... Like, stylistically, it looks awesome. I'm wondering... Oh, wow, I see. Dude, the remaster makes a huge difference. I see that now. Sure, I'll add it to my wish list. That looks awesome. Oh, it's right in the same line of games as like Psychonauts. All right. So that sounds pretty good. It's my most recent game I played. It's a really good game. It's also pretty short. Oh, that's perfect then. That's perfect. You don't. Hold on. How much was that? I just exited out of the thing. That's 15. Hey, Red, I wouldn't stop you. If you want to do it, I'll bump that to the top of the slot. We'll run that game. Thank you. Thank you for the offer. And don't feel obligated. If you don't I don't want to press you anyway, but I would if you did that. So that's all I'll say there. Mango Cart Mango Wheat Ale. Dude, FedEx, you strike me as somebody that would do that. Do you ever hear of Untapped? That app where you rate beers. All right, guys, let's keep looking. So now I showed this game last time, but I'm still. You are not that guy. Okay, I was that guy when my brother and I went through our like craft brew phase. All right, I showed you guys this before, but I'm still really excited about Need for Speed High Stakes for the PC. I did get that at a thrift store. I was pretty happy about it. Next game, we got Rayman Brain Games. They listed this for $3. They actually had another price tag on here. I don't think I'll be able to check, but this was Ubisoft. All right, look at that. Brain Games. Leap and learn with Rayman. Look at that. Wow. I love how all of the discs for the PS1 look like PC. They just look like PC discs. Like something I would just put in my computer. My old like Windows 1998 tower and just boot it up. I do leave reviews, but it's because I feel trapped too. That's fair. I can't only leave negative reviews because my negative reviews will hold less merit. So I also leave positive reviews to strengthen. I like that line of thinking, Fed. That's awesome. All right, now we're kind of getting into the PS2 games. I think that was actually the majority of the PS1 games that we just went through. So let me just grab a stack here. We'll start going through these. All right, so we got SSX, which is good because Tucker really wants me to play this. He wants me to get SSX tricky, but that's what we got for now. And this person did. Now, granted, with all of these game halls, a lot of them have the sports games. So I've never bought in sports games, except for like NFL Blitz 2000. But here we go. We got Madden 2004. We got NCAA March Madness 2004. We got NCAA Football 2004. This person really liked the year 2004. They got Madden 2005. They got Madden 2008. All right, so we got some of those guys. All right. Let's see what else we got here. This game, absolute trash. If I know trash when I see it. I know this because I owned this game already. Corvette, terrible game, awful driving game. The physics are terrible. Frankly, I hate this game. This is a game that was made by a demon living in a dark room. All right, NASCAR Heat 2002. This actually is like got a nice shine to it. It's like the 2002. The silver is like holographic. That's actually a nice touch. The whole case is kind of holographic. I don't know if you can see that in the video. That's nice. Oh, Red. All right, guys. Thank you, Red. So Red gifted me Full Throttle. Full Throttle is going up next after we beat Cult of the Lamb. Hey, Full Throttle might even be next Friday because Cult of the Lamb is ending next Friday. So that's pretty timely buy right there. Thank you, Red. Fred, you're just such a gem. All right. Gran Turismo 3. There were 2 copies of 3 Ace Back. I already own it, so it's not a big deal there. This looks cool. Look at this. Theme Park Roller Coaster for the PS2 by EA. It kind of looks like Thrillville, except the quality doesn't look as good. They actually listed this for $9. $9. This I'm excited about, guys. This is actually one of my... If I'm thinking, yeah, I already looked through this all. This is probably one of my favorite purchases from this buy because it's CIB, complete in box. We got Dora's Journey to the Purple Planet. All right, Nick Jr. Dora the Explorer. Look at this shit. All right, we got CIB, baby. Oh, that is some nice. That is nice. This is a collector's item in my book because it's all complete. Case is in perfect condition. Clearly, they never touched this. I was a happy camper to see this one in such good condition. All right, adding that to the collection. All right, what do we got next? Oh, this is a classic. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts. The reason I say that, I played this game for hours. I played this game for tons of hours when I was a kid. This specific game. Not this exact copy, but we owned this, and this was a game that I used to play and go hunting as a little boy. Then we got Rebel Raiders Operation Nighthawk. I don't recognize any of these companies. XS Games and Kondo. Emotions at Play. In quotations. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. It says emotions at play. It's kind of too tiny. Oh, there you go. I don't know why that's in. That's weird. That's funny actually. It's pretty funny. Okay. Yeah. Somebody make me play Pajama Sam. Let's do it. Okay. Next. We're getting close. We got some more games here. This is good because, you know, I did go through this the other day, but all right, and now here we go. Some more sports games. Madden 07. NHL Face Off 2001. Oh, get this. Whoa. What are do we have a mod in here that can thank you, Mountain Dew? Found you through taking. Oh my god. Yo, what's up, Will? Oh my god. Wow. Hey, Will, thank you for finding me through Take It Easy. Yeah, my name's Derek. Welcome to Midnight Underground. We're hanging out right now. First time chatter. What is up, dude? Yeah, if you want, Tucker is actually back in a hiatus for streaming. He had a new change in his work schedule. He's planning to get back to streaming as soon as he can. But if you want to look him up, it's just his full name, Tucker Keene. No space. And I believe Ted's... Somebody can share Ted's. I don't know what Ted's is, actually. Yeah, Ted doesn't really stream. That's what I was thinking. Well, welcome to the chat, Will. Yeah, this is Underground. This is Midnight Underground. So, my name's Derek. I love video games. I'm a variety streamer. I do retro, modern games. The night you're here tonight, tonight's after hours, so we don't typically play games tonight. I made a drink. I made a cocktail tonight, and I post the cocktails in the Discord if you're a drink person. And yeah, nice having you here. Thanks for showing up. Feel free to stay a while, have a drink. I do recommend water. A lot of days I'm drinking water. But we're just having a good time. Right now I'm going through a video game haul. So the next game that's in this haul is Madden 06. Water is also very slept on. I will say the trick to drinking effectively is just drink more water. You'll never get a hangover. All right? The only reason you get hangovers is because there's too much sugar in the drinks that you're drinking. If you just drink more water, that doesn't happen. All right, guys? You just had some boba, so you need some water. Nice. Wait, Mountain Dew, are you serious? So this is like the best Madden game? I fuck with that. Look, they also have NFL 2K3. All right. And then I own this one already. Ace Combat 4, Shattered Skies. Oh, the honestly, Ace Combat 5, unsung. What is it? Unsung Hero for the PS2. Better than. I think that's the best. That's the best air game in the PS2. Sky, actually, I don't know though. I might eat my words on that. I might choke on that right now. Look at this. Sky Odyssey for the PS2. Alright. Look. Dude, this... I'm not even kidding you. This looks just a hair better than the PS1 game we were looking at. The Chopper game. Action, adventure, adrenaline, check. Which one of these games had the most slurs per game in the voice chat when they were online? Or was that all in the shooters? That was mostly in shooters. You're thinking of like Call of Duty. And someone could correct me on that. But if you played Call of Duty back in the day, back on 360, those lobbies were absolutely insane. Like Black Ops 1, yeah, Modern Warfare 2 was like... That was nuts. Oh, you never had a PS2? Yeah, so PS2. If you've never had one, I highly recommend getting a PS2. PS2, GameCube, 360, even the original Xbox. Yeah, the PS3 360 era. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, Will. Is there was when online gaming became a thing, I mean, it was kind of across the whole spectrum of online gaming communities. I mean, I'm sure there were some that were safer than others, but I know if you were playing any kind of Call of Duty game, I mean, I pretty much exclusively, me and my buddies played Call of Duty, and yeah, there was bad. I was not great. Not a great time for people slaying what people were saying to each other. Because also there was no like banning people, like you couldn't really report people like you can now. Nobody was getting blocked. You had to, what it was like over, I think it was something crazy like 20 people had to report you for you to get blocked, and all that meant was you couldn't play the game for like a day. Like you had to wait like a day for an infraction or something like that. That's what I remember happening. And that never happened to me, but I think that happened to like a friend of mine, and they were like back the next day. And it was like, oh, okay, that didn't last long. Yeah, there was no moderation. Like mods didn't exist back then with something like online chat forums. Like it was just like every man for himself. That's why it would kind of be bad, because like a kid would like chime in. Actually, kids were pretty much safe. It would be like the adult that would chime in and be like, hey guys, we're saying some like pretty like bad stuff. Can you guys like kind of chill out here? And people that weren't even like didn't even have like their mics on would turn their mics on just to fucking just start tearing that person a new one. And I do remember that. Like anytime someone would like come in as like the like, hey, let's all like chill out a bit. Yeah, that honestly, children would just kind of get made fun of. I don't think people would. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't say children wouldn't get trashed. Everyone got trashed. All right, let's see what's next here. We got 2 like loose copies. What is this? Oh, this is a PS1 game. Operation Extreme. Wait, hold on. Let me read this to you guys. All right, hold on. Well, I want you to look this up. The description's hilarious. It's just Action Man, Operation Extreme. Oh, that's the title. Okay. It's Action Man, the ultimate action hero, in quotations. I don't know why action heroes in quotations if they're just saying he's the ultimate action hero. See him come to life on your PlayStation game console in this fantastic, fast-paced adventure of thrills, spills, and edge-of-your-seat excitement. Wow. He fights Dr. X. He has motorcycles, airplanes, and boats. Can you handle it? That's what it says. I don't think I can handle this. Damn, that's pretty cool. All right. Oh, and then this is a great game right here. This is from Blockbuster. So Blockbuster owned this. Ready to Rumble Boxing. And this is the original. So they released this on N64 and PS1. Then they came out with the sequel. I beat this whole thing on the N64. The last character you unlock, his name is Damien, and he's a giant demon. He's like a ripped demon character. Me and my brothers actually jumped up and down and cheered with excitement when we beat that game as kids. So that brings back good memories. All right, we're almost at the end here. Let's just get the rest of these here. Okay, so we also have Guilty Gear X2. All right, that's nice. We have Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare. Never played any of the Ghost Recon games except for it was Ghost Recon something jungle something. It was cool because you could operate like your own little like team and tell them where to go. At the time, that was like kind of new for an FPS. All right, Ghost Recon 2. Classic, okay. Call of Duty Finest Hour. Now, a lot of the best like FPSs for the PS2, in my opinion, were Medal of Honor games. Medal of Honor Rising Sun, Medal of Honor Frontline. Those are like the go-to games if you're looking for an FPS for the PS2. All right, this is another game that is just, God, this game just upsets me, frankly. Super Trucks Racing. This game, realistically, they listed this for $6. No wonder nobody bought it. This is like, frankly, this is like a 25-cent game. Like, this game is, they overproduced it. I remember just seeing like hundreds of these at like a Walmart because nobody bought it. And I played it. I tried to beat it. Actually, and I've beaten a lot of terrible games. That was the type of game I tried to beat, and I was just like, this is awful. Ford Racing 2. Oh, really? Really? Well, there is a trucking game for the PS2 that is good. Would they go to war with me over Super Trucks Racing? That would blow my mind, actually. If they care that much, I'd speak with them. All right, Guitar Hero 3, classic. I say classic. There's no disc. There's no disc. So that's great. Seek and Destroy. I didn't even think to like look at all these discs. Probably should have done that. Seek and Destroy, $8, and then that's it. And I guess they had another copy of Corvette. I wonder why. Corvette, honestly, that's my thought here. Is something like Corvette in Super Trucks Racing. These games are like companion games because they're like the same quality of. I think my issue with these games were the physics just were not there. Like there were those types of games where if you accidentally like bumped another car, your car as like the player would just slow down tremendously. Like you couldn't tailspin people, you would just slow down, and then you'd have to like slowly accelerate back up to top speed. It's his favorite game, actually. Are you kidding me? Now all right, we're gonna revisit it. It's going on the list, Red. It's going on the list. Now that you said that it's somebody's favorite game, I never would. Now I gotta find out. Now I gotta go back. Oh hey, this is another XS game. What other game was that? I think it was one of those flying games we had. Was also XS. Damn. All right, guys. So that's, I think, let me just double check here. Yeah, that's that's the game haul. That's all we got. That's all we got, guys. So that's our video game haul. So that plus I mean, technically, a PS2 that won't read discs for 120 altogether. I don't think it's that bad. Like, I think that was a good amount of games, especially how expensive games are right now. Yeah, I do have to get the Guitar Hero PC adapter. Please do, Red. Please do. I see. That's the thing is I got that game. I got that game towards the end of my time playing the PlayStation 2, and I just remember like turning it on, and I tried it a couple times, and I was just so upset because my brothers were getting like, I don't know, they got like rated R games, you know, and I was over here, you know, granted I was like 12, but still I was like a mature 12-year-old, and I was getting a rated E game. I was like, oh man, but that's that, you know. So guys, that was my video game haul. Thank you for being with me as we went through it fully, because I did like look at it, because like a game like Guilty Gear was just like floating in the box. The guy didn't even put it in a case. Like it came with the little the little insert case there. He didn't even put it in. I don't know what people are thinking sometimes. People got no respect for games. Where's my phone? Let me just make sure. Yeah. Sam and Max. Wait, what? Oh, wow. You also got me Sam and Max Hit the Road? Thank you, Fire. Oh, yeah, I see Firefox. Wow. Yeah, Full Throttle remastered. Full Throttle actually looks like fucking sick. Damn, dude. So I'm pretty psyched about that. That you saved me some work there. So thank you, Red. And now, guys, we're just gonna be chilling till the end of the stream. So we can just chat about life. Um, you know, I will say that. Oh, here, let me. Uh, whoa, what? What did I just do here? Weird. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to think. What was I gonna say? Before I just got lost in clicking around my computer screen. Yeah, we're just chilling. So, I'm, dude, I'm just happy to be here, guys. This is what After Hours is all about. Just hanging out, having a good time. This drink is still tasting just as good as it was earlier. You know, I will say too, I have a couple books on how to make cocktails. I didn't find that drink in any of my cocktail books. I found it online. I think it was like very much like I was meant to find that specific drink. Um, because it's cool. It's very like, you know, uh, very vintage drink right there. I will say this bottle is vintage as fuck. I also like too how it's got this like cool little like blowout thing right there. It's nice. Yeah, as far as favorite games for the PS2, um, I mean, geez, I could talk about my favorite games for the N64. I think I've done that a couple times in stream though. So, as far as the PS2 goes, I mean, I have a lot of favorites. One of them, which I think a lot of people might know, is Shadow of the Colossus. Um, Turns out, I watched like an hour-long video on Shadow of the Colossus. Because it is a type of game, if you've never played it, Shadow of the Colossus is a very, like, eerie game. Right from the start. You start off, you wake up in a temple, you step outside. There's, like, a voice that speaks to you that tells you you have to go find, you know, these giants or something like that. I forget. I don't think it explicitly says Colossus. I'm not sure, but Anyway, you walk outside, and the craziest thing about Shadow of the Colossus was how perfect those graphics were back then for the PS2. Cause like it was like I still like when I think back to that first experience, and this was the only game I ever bought when both my brothers were off at college, or they were like already like, yeah, they were like gone already. I bought this game by myself for $30 with my dad. Actually, flex for my dad. Um, and I bought it with my own money and went home and played it for the first time by myself. And I remember just completely getting sucked into that game, like immersed in that game. And I played that game for a long time. And I guess other people played it for a lot longer times. Because it turns out you can scale that entire temple. Like you can climb to the top of it, and there's like a secret garden up there. I didn't know that. But the thing that's interesting about Shadow of the Colossus is they did the remake. Yeah, I still don't know how they made it look that good. Like it was aesthetically like perfect. Like the sunlight, the whole fucking world was just like unbelievably pretty. Like it was, and you really like the thing about that game was you just walked around. I mean, you fight essentially. It's a game you fight 10 bosses. That is it. There's no enemies. There's not really any puzzle solving. I mean, one of a couple of the bosses, I guess you're kind of doing puzzle solving as you go. Um, but it's just 10 bosses. So the rest of the game, you're just finding them and exploring. And it is a game where you can just explore. Like, you can just walk around that game for hours on end, which I definitely did do. And yeah, even at the end, like, I won't spoil it, but at the end, um, I spent over an hour on the very last part of the game, like the end part of the game, trying to save um, my character. And you know, there was obviously the developers didn't want you to do that, so there's that. But what I will say is a lot of people thought there was like, even in the remaster, I guess there's been 2 remasters of Shadow of the Colossus, technically, and people really thought that they were going to. Like somebody found a room in the temple that, like, they believed the developers had a hidden sword in there, and it was like basically a big like lore piece for the community of like trying to get behind that door or find out how to open the door. Nobody ever did. So everyone in the community really just wishes that the developers would put that in. Um, but yeah, it's, man, video games have a way to just transport you, which is cool. I mean, that's why we all play them, right? But it's it's nice. It's nice to be taken out of reality. I think that is a huge gift because I think for the most part, um, you know, life can be pretty tough sometimes, and so you know, games are a great escape for all of us. Just like music, you know, film, television, all that stuff. It's really nice in that sense. Yeah, man. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of yeah. What do you guys think? What are games that were like aesthetically like what I actually better question is like what are games that you guys picked up that like you really like it was just like that moment where you're like by yourself and it was just like you were in a different planet essentially. Because I know Shadow of the Colossus was that for me. I think that's one of the few games that was ever like that for me entirely, where it was like my thing. I didn't know it was going to be such a big game when I bought it. Dying Light 2. Dying Light's another one that I think the Dying Light graphics also look unbelievably good. So that makes sense. Also, I really like. I mean, Dying Light's the game where you're doing a bunch of parkour, right? And you're trying to. There's all like they're kind of like zombies, and you're doing parkour everywhere to do like missions and shit. I think I started playing it on like the PS4. Like I had the unlimited pass one year. Oh no, they are zombies. Yeah. Sorry. That's funny. Um, that's cool. Dying Light 2 sounds good then. Damn, recently Elden Ring. I always wanted to play Shadow of the Colossus, but I only ever had chances to play it a couple of times. Yeah, Elden Ring. So I've been watching Domo a little bit here and there play Elden Ring. I kind of want to pick up Elden Ring. I mean, I should probably beat Dark Dark Souls 3, but like I kind of want to play Elden Ring more just because I don't know. I don't know. It seems just like how Bloodborne was, except better with all the fighting mechanics and stuff. So I'd be curious because I was playing Dark Souls 3, but Dark Souls 3 Bloodborne gives you. I think the thing about Bloodborne that I liked is it gives you a lot of lenience. Like it's very forgiving, and I know that if you played Bloodborne, you might be like, "What are you talking about?" I think Bloodborne. What's really nice about it is you can kind of dodge in any direction when a enemy is like going to hit you, and as long as you're dodging during like an attack, if my memory like from what I remember, like you can like almost never get hit if you do it like that. Yeah, they're all good. That's good. Yeah, it looks like a blast. It looks like my brother showed it to me, Elden Ring, and I really just I still from not having the game in my hand, I still can't comprehend like the scale of how large Elden Ring is. That's good to know. Ooh, I will say though, Elden Ring probably takes quite a long time to beat, and I'm pretty certain about that, right, Bunk? Like, isn't that like I want to say it's probably like a 40-hour game, if I were to guess. It's like 40 to 60 hours, right? I mean, I could be wrong on that, but that would be my guess, just based on like how big that game is and how I mean, it's kind of like with all the FromSoft games. Like you know, you're gonna die like over 1,000 times. 80 hours. I think that would be a game I would have to play, and I'd be able to play it for like some streams, and then I would have to play it off stream. Um, because I not like and so Tucker. I was talking with Tucker about this. Like I didn't technically like when I finished up Banjo Kazooie, when I finished up Bully, even as I'm finishing up Cult of the Lamb, like personally, I don't want those games to end. Like it's a really weird relationship. Like I could just like if I had a hyperbolic time chamber, I could just play those games until they are fully beat and like fully enjoy that. But it's I will say streaming those games like when you stream a game it's there is like a I don't know the thing I think about is just like I like just I don't know what's the word I like variety. I like especially when I'm streaming with you guys and hanging out. Like I personally like something that is going to be brand new, that I don't have to build over like a 40-hour series of gameplay. Um, Mountain Dew, good night Mountain Dew. See you next week, man. Take it easy. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks for hanging. Um, but yeah, I'm like I that's why the rest of the year I'm gonna be gravitating towards like only a few games that I do the playthrough of. Each one of the games that I'm like thinking of doing full playthroughs for, they're all very short. They're like 10, 12 hours tops, and that's if you like take your time with the game. Like Shinobi, probably Shinobi, I'll be done with it by the end of March. So we're talking about like one, two, three, like maybe 6 or 7 streams, and Shinobi's gonna be done. So I'm pretty. I mean, I'm happy. I feel like that's a pretty good window of playing through a full game. Seeing it from start to finish. But something like Elden Ring, I will say, if I had more time to stream, then I would definitely do it. Because right now, I mean, yeah, the time's just not there. Like, and that is something that I have accepted, and it's just like that's just my life. I'm a dad of two. I have a full time job. Along with my full time job, I take care of my daughter during the day, so it's just like a lot of I have a lot of stuff to do. But damn, I would 1,000% be if I could stream like for 4 or 6 hours a day. I would definitely be playing Elden Ring every week. But I feel like I just can't do it justice. That's I guess where I'm coming from. I think that's like what I'm really trying to get across is I want to do certain a game justice if I'm gonna introduce it to the stream. Um, but yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Elden Ring sounds like a really good time, so I think I'm gonna have to do it. Frankly, I got to go back to Dark Souls 3 and beat that. Um, I mean, do the whole Dark Souls series at some point. It would take like a year, yeah, especially with how much time I have. I mean, we're looking at my streams, and I'm doing like 3 hours a night, once a week, on a given type of game. So my Friday nights, and especially too, like last night, I went into New York, so or into the city, so that's a Friday that's just gone. Um, you know, but like with things like that, yeah. I mean, hey, if streaming ever were to be able to like replace my full time job, then 1,000% I would just be streaming Elden Ring during the day. Like that'd be my like 9 to 5 or whatever. That would be I would not be complaining if streaming was like my full time job. One thing that's funny about me, and I do think this is a interesting quality I have, is every job I've had, I have loved, which you might be like, nah, it's bullshit. No, it's actually not. I've worked as a lifeguard. I got promoted in that job to being the waterfront manager. Loved both of those jobs. I would still be doing those jobs if the opportunity was still there, but it went away. It was change of management essentially, and so it wasn't that I didn't get hired back. It was actually during COVID the whole thing shut down, and then they didn't reopen. So that was that. I've also worked as a dish pit person. I worked in as a dishwasher for a couple years actually. Loved that job. I worked as a line cook. Loved that job. I was a teacher. Loved that job. So I know, and right now I've been in sales for the last 4 years. I was a sales development rep. Right now I'm an account executive, which I'm more of a consultant at this point than an actual sales person. But I know, I mean, I have so much fun doing these streams with you guys. Like if someday down the road, the hope is, I talk with my wife about it all the time. Like my hope one day is that Midnight Underground could be, the actual thing that I'm doing. Like I lease a space, and I have a team, and that would be like chef's kiss for my life. But if it doesn't happen, then this is just going to be our fun thing we do every night. Or not every night, but every week, I should say. But outside of that, Yeah, yeah. Elden Ring would be like a good. Just got railed on Team Team Fortress. Oh wait, TFT. That's not Team Fortress. That's the tactics. Uh, that's like the League of Legends tactics, isn't it? Because I saw you on that the other day, Fed. Um, Team fight tactics. Damn. Yeah. I think I played Team fight tactics actually like a couple times. Oh, that's tough. Patches, dude. It's my issue with that company is their patches just entirely reshaped the whole game, and I just never could get a hang of a new patch. If I could have, I feel like I would have been a much different player, but you know how it is. Patches are hard to navigate for sure. Um, so yeah, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. One day we'll get there. It's all in time. I mean, I haven't even been doing this for a year. Your heart's stuck on gold. Well, gold. Yeah, I mean, it's the end of our drink. We're only gonna do one drink tonight, guys. We're gonna be good. That was delicious. That was a great drink. Drink. The Jack Rose. Love it. Honestly, yeah, dude. I think on Rocket League, I was like hard stuck on plat. I couldn't get farther than platinum for trios. Yeah, you should. It's a good good little drink, bunk. Oh my gosh, that's that's crazy. Yeah, it's interesting. Like I mean, after watching like actual competitive play of Rocket League, like gosh, I think it comes down to people just have a lot of time to practice, and in another life, I would be that person. And that's my thought on it. It was funny. I streamed it or I played it a couple times with Tucker where he was having me on his stream, playing Rocket League with him, which was a blast. Tucker's better than I am at Rocket League, um, but yeah, there's so many. I will say too, there are so many competitive games out there now. Like I want to say like 50% of the gaming industry right now is competitive gaming. Um, I'm just making up that number. That's not based on any science or any actual statistics or anything like that. But that's just how I feel. When I look at Steam and I see that like the top games are like a bunch of competitive games like Marvel Rivals and stuff like that. Um, it hold on, I can tell you. Yeah, no, my stream quality is great. I have zero dropped frames through this whole 2 hour. Oh wow. Oh wow. Hold on. How can I? Oh, I like that. Oh wow, dude. I didn't realize I could just add that. Yeah, yeah, Bunk, you're right. I I don't know. Like I don't think there's any game that I would be able to speed run like at all. But I've seen like the randomizer stuff. Honestly, there's like one guy that I follow on Twitch that he only does randomizers, and I'm always frankly confused when I'm watching. I know it's a randomizer, but his are pretty insane. Oh, new game? Binding of Isaac. Red. We're almost done here, Red. Thank you for hanging out pretty much. You'll hang out pretty much the whole thing. Red, also thank you for the gifts, dude. Like, I appreciate you so much. Have a great night. Red, we'll catch you next week. Take it easy and stay frosty over there. We'll see you next time, Red. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Dude, I didn't realize I could just put my CPU on my dashboard for my Twitch for slobs. That makes this way easier now. I have a notifications window? What the hell? Oh, that's actually, yeah, I don't care about any of that. Actually, I'll just add the rest of this stuff. That is way more helpful than what I've had before. Damn, that's awesome. Yeah, so I guess, I mean, I'll kind of start to wrap up here anyway, because yeah, I gotta wake up early tomorrow morning. But next week, I think, let me just double check. I think, guys, we're doing a full weekend next week. Let me just see here. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're streaming. I mean, it is Valentine's Day on Saturday. So I don't know. And the next day is Mrs. Midnight's birthday. So I don't know how exactly that's going to go on Saturday night. But I do know that I should be able to stream Thursday and Friday night. Friday night's going to be late, I'm pretty sure. It will probably start at 10 o'clock on Friday. But otherwise, guys, yeah, we'll wrap up here. I'm going to look and see if there's anyone we can raid. Anyone have any parting thoughts that they want to share with the chat? Feel free to want to share with the chat. Oh, that was just me repeating, hearing myself on replay. Okay. Let's see here. It looks like Domo's streaming. Be good to each other. That's right, Bunk. Just be good to each other. That's all. That's all we need. Yeah, we got Domo. He's playing a game. Oh wow, there's tons of. It's kind of crazy when you go and you look at other people just chatting and whatnot. We'll pop everyone over to Domo. I love Domo. Domo's kind of my hero in a lot of ways. Alright, guys. Well, as midnight approaches, you know, I hope all you guys have a great rest of your night. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight in our after hours session. I hope you all had a good evening. It was a pleasure being here, and I will see you all next time on Midnight Underground. I'm gonna pop you guys over to Domo. Other than that, everyone, have a good week. Peace. See ya. Goodbye. All right, goodbye, guys. Good night.
Yo, Derek, what is up? You're raiding in just in time for the last match. This will probably be my last match for the night.